Do, 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 do. What's going on out there this fine Tuesday evening in MECA land? How are we doing? Tuesday night, it's 8 o'clock. I'm live from the kitchen again, cooking up. Cook up, boss. What's going on, y'all? How we doing this week? What's going on, Mr. Zach? How we doing this week? What's everybody up to? Do we have a happy Thanksgiving? Everybody got snow on the ground. I did. Started sleeting, and then I don't know. We probably got 2 or 3 inches of snow. Maybe it didn't hang out for very long, at least on the street, but it's still on the grass and stuff. Pretty good.
It's still on the trees, looking like a beautiful winter wonderland.
Yeah. So we got our snowstorm in, I guess. What's going on, Miss Christina? Anniversary dinner. Happy anniversary. Hope it was a good one. Yeah, 2026 is kicking off. Already got a few shows, I guess, in the books. The calendar's getting updated daily. Make sure you stay up on that. What's going on, Mr. Sullins? I do know there's still a few errors, maybe in some of the final stuff and some of the 3X stuff. I'm going to be going through the score sheets here, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, and double check all that. I know I got a message from 1 or 2 people. So that should be looking better here in the next couple days. I know I'm feeling better this week anyways. It was premature last week. I was down for most of the rest of last week, and then finally been feeling better the last couple of days here, trying to get some stuff done around the house. What's going on, Mr. Stacy? I do think we've got the World Finals rings for sound quality shipped out. So you should be seeing those here soon for our sound quality folks. Yeah, make the snow go away. I was just talking about the snow. I ran my smoker in the snow today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ran my smoker in the snow. Smoked me a chuck roast.
Smoked me a chuck roast.
Yeah, it always usually happens that way at the big shows. We all pass it around, I guess. But I know I got sick, I don't know, 2 or 3 days afterwards, and then it took me a minute. It was a roller coaster. Yeah, I'm still got maybe a little head cold, but I'm not sore everywhere. The one day I felt good. I thought I was going to move a bunch of heavy stuff. And I hurt my back a little bit, but all the good stuff. Still taking some suggestions on rules and things like that. Like I said, I see the suggestions on the post. I've still been getting a few messages here and there. So I'll keep taking those, I think, till the 15th is what I said. So we'll take those for a few more days here. And what's going on, Mr. Matt? We'll start getting together with the committee here. And yeah, I saw y'all had some lake effect stuff going on and all that good stuff. We only got, I don't know, 3 to 5 inches, maybe. I don't know. It was pretty wet though, because it started out like rain and then sleet, and then so once it got drove on, it disappeared on the street pretty quick. But I'd say it's probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 inches of snow out there.
We have to keep meat inside.
Yeah, it depends on what Mike's gonna do. I've got that written down, Mr. Crane. What's going on, man? Yeah, they got a lot. We got a little. Sierra had a lot of snow the other day.
Yeah, she did.
He's talking about wanting to change it from seat height to like we do in Mod Street, but it's on my list. We talked about it last year. We'll talk about it again. Started building a snowman. We do have a show coming up on the 13th of December in Texas. Noise for Toys. I'm going to try to start remembering to get back on those. I went and looked today finally. So we got the Noise for Toys show there in Temple, Texas on December the 13th. So get out there and check that one out. I'll let that run for a few minutes so you guys can see it. What's going on, Mr. Alt, Mr. Carroll? Yeah. We talked about this a little bit last year, and I think it can make things a little simpler for judging, and it also might help a few of the vehicles that have the shorter seats. So I'm not necessarily against it. We talked about it a little bit last year, and we're going to talk about it again. Like I said, I don't know if it'll change or not, but we'll definitely be talking about it. What's going on, Mr. Roman? Jeff Snyder wants a snacky snack. He said, ask Shannon to make me a snacky snack.
I'm done.
She said, nope, it's too late.
Now tell him come on over. If he wants to make the trip, I'll make him a snacky snack.
She said if you make it here before she falls asleep, she'll make you a snack. What's going on, Conehead? How's everybody doing this evening? It's 8 o'clock here. Unless I'm off. I might be off, but I mean, my clock says 8 on my phone, so it's 10 after 8, actually. Or are you saying you got 7 inches of snow? But yeah, I'm Eastern Standard Time, so no, it would just be a box height thing is what they're talking about, Christina. Like the 12-inch rule instead of using the back seat line. I mean, it could make things more streamlined for Mod Street. Also, there's a lot of hatchback vehicles and stuff that, you only got maybe 15 to 16 inches. I've seen some as short as 13 or 14. And then, you've got some SUVs where you might get 23 to 25 inches. And, so I guess basically it just streamlined it a little bit, maybe is what they're talking about. It shouldn't affect much. I think I'm pretty caught up on my chat over here. So, I don't know what else we really got going on in MECA Land. Like I said, we got a little show coming up December 13th. I'm sure we'll have a few other Toys for Tots and things getting posted. I did have a meeting with the web team yesterday. What's going on, Mr. Sinclair? So, the website stuff, I know I've had some suggestions on classes and things like that too. There's some things I kind of want to do. It does look like I'll probably hang on for one more season before we start making some changes. But there are a few things we're going to talk about, discuss, and, get them put in place and have them ready to, kind of ready to go, hopefully, come 2027. It looks like the new website should be ready to launch sometime mid to late March. So I feel like that's a little bit late to wait to add in classes and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what we were touching on was box height and street class there, Mike. What's going on, Mr. Webster, Mr. Mike Jones? Yeah, you and me both, but that's a little bit out of my league right now. But I mean, we're always working on stuff. So, anyways, the new site should be ready to launch here, like I said, mid to late March. So that should start helping things out there on that front. And then, like I said, we'll try to add into that. But no, not really Mod Street related. No. Like I said, I got quite a few suggestions written down in my notebook. I got maybe close to 2.5 or 3 pages of suggestions that I've gotten. I think Shannon's got a couple that she emailed us. I know a lot of the guys have been taking suggestions too. I've talked to a few of them on the phone. So a lot going on with the rule stuff. If you have suggestions, whatever, send them in to us. And, you know, like I said, not everybody gets exactly what they want, but everything goes goes hand in hand and helps us try to push the ball in the right direction. So if you don't see your idea or it ain't exactly what you thought, sometimes it's about trying to, meet in the middle. And, you know, some things are about more than just one person. So it's a lot of big picture stuff going on, and a lot of ideas are good ideas, but you gotta think about a lot more than just what's right up front. So all the suggestions are appreciated, and we do look at all of them. And yeah, no, Jeff, that's never going to be a rule. You can never wear the Borat swimsuit, never at any show. I vote no. Uh, what else do we got going on? If that, I don't see any reason why not. If that's who you want, or who you want to compete or whatever moving forward, Nilo. What's going on, Mr. Jones? It's all right. I didn't have a whole lot going on last week. I really don't have a whole lot this week either. Huh? I can take that into consideration, Christina. I don't necessarily think that's a horrible idea. I think I'm caught up again on the chat. Sorry about that. I get lost reading. I'm not very good at multitasking. Huh. But yeah, I didn't really have a whole lot on my list of things to talk about this week either. I do think starting next week, I'll try to start bringing somebody on with me again, make it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, some sort of subsonic class. I have an idea for a class that I want to do, that I think we'll probably come up with something. So it's all good. It's just not happening anytime as fast as people want it. is there an age limit on competing? I mean, not really. I mean, we got the Power Wheel stuff, and then I suppose you know, uh, as long as the parent was driving or whatever, like, I guess they could let a teenager burp the vehicle. I think I've seen that done in the past. So, what's going on, Mr. Graves? What's going on, Mr. Powell? Well, it won't exactly be a subsonic class, but I don't know. I'm not into jocking other stuff, and I have an idea, so I will introduce it as soon as I can, and then we'll go from there. I think it'll be fun, but it won't necessarily be subsonic. But like I was explaining a little bit earlier to everybody, they're working on the website. I had a meeting with those guys the other day, and it looks like we're looking at probably mid to late March before the site's ready to drop. So I probably won't be adding any classes this season. I know that some of that held me back a little bit last year. It looks like I'm going to be handcuffed completely until the new site's ready, and I think wait until March is a little bit late to introduce some classes. So you could compete with two vehicles provided they're in separate formats currently. I know that I have a suggestion to talk about that might change that up slightly. But the short answer is yes, but only provided certain circumstances are met. Yeah, a little bit. But I'm pretty excited about the future. It's starting to look pretty good, the site and stuff. And once we can free up a little, a few things, I think it'll go a lot better. So I usually shoot for January, but it usually ends up being the 1st of February, Maurice. It depends on how it ends up going here and how quickly, things come together. I don't really think it should be too long this year, but I think that every year, and then we end up hitting speed bumps and things. So I'm taking suggestions until the 15th, and then immediately following that, I'll start discussing it with them. Usually, we will start out with a list and let everybody get that in their mind, and then we'll start tackling one rule book at a time until they're done. And it generally takes 1 to 2 weeks per rule book. So, I would say 1st of February is a good guess. Yeah, each vehicle does have to have its own separate membership. What's going on, Mr. General? And no, I get it, man. I get it. We try to get them done as quick as possible, and we usually don't try to do things that change too much what you're doing or what you got going on, but it does happen. So I get it, but we're going to get them done as quick as we can. Trust me. And it's just hard to get it. Like, I don't know, things come up throughout the year and stuff, but it's hard to really get to discussing it until everything's completed and we know exactly what's going on. So I do apologize, but trust me, I understand we want it done just as bad as you guys do. All right, let's see. Chat. All right, now I'm back in here. So what else we got going on this week? What you guys got going on? Anything interesting going on? Anything we should be talking about? Interesting? No, I don't know. We don't know. Well, you're about to go watch some speakers get built? Let me get some. I want some custom Italy speakers. I'm going on a union break. Union break. Leroy done tore his blazer up. What'd he do that for? A new event director? Yeah, I think that's coming here soon. Not quite time yet, but yeah, I think there's going to be a few of those, maybe at least one. Trying all the new stuff, going to Las Vegas. Dang, can I go in your suitcase? Everybody's new builds, retiring the lime drop. I'm interested to see all this new stuff. What y'all gonna do with it? Well, I'll be on the lookout for that. That'll be pretty cool. New year, new me. Man, I think we both know I ain't fitting in no overhead compartment bin. Working on subs to test. I'm working on still getting my house kind of back in order. Started working on a working on one of my rooms again today. Got the kitchen halfway done again. Get some stuff moved around hopefully in the next couple days here. And then back to work on trying to pinky in the brain stuff, I guess. And I forgot I turned out my camera. Y'all can't see me. Ha ha. Stupid goofball. I'm back. Dun, 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 dun. I told you I was on the union break. Yeah, then he could get that $50 receiver. That's for sure. Hopefully. I sure hope so. How much for fully unloaded? Knock the rust off. Explorers are loud, okay? But yeah, I turned my camera out for a second. Sorry about that. Sounds fair, Mr. Powell. Sounds fair. Sounds fair. I guess that does probably cost you some extra work. That could be a good fun award, I guess, Steve. I don't necessarily have an issue with that. I think it could be fun. I think we already give a lot of fun awards though, but I think that could be a good one. What else? I know I'm going to be on the phone here soon. The next few days. What's going on, Mr. Stage? But yeah, I do think that could be something we could do that's kind of fun, maybe. What's going on, Mr. JC Crane? But yeah, I'm just kind of chilling right now. I thought, man, it's Tuesday. I got to get on this live. And I got done smoking my chuck roast. I'm going to have that in a minute. Do a few more things around here. Award for the best bald guy using Italian speakers. Man, I had to shave my hair. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, we could use a bunch of them, I guess. There's always something else that could make sense, I suppose. Nope, Mark said he's not doing it. Yeah, get your alarm. You better have your alarm on, Miss Christina. I probably won't take that long this evening. I didn't have a whole lot, but I'm trying to get back in the swing of doing the live and getting on here. Uh, yeah, if you want to send that over to me or message it to me, I'll get it to Shannon. Or if you want to text it to Shannon, I'm sure we wouldn't mind trying to get in touch with them and see what's going on with that. But yeah, I think maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 more days here, I might have my house back halfway the way I want it, and then got some things to get to working on, the rule books, some sound quality training stuff, some dueling demo training stuff. So a lot to be going on, but I have been kind of the bittersweet after finals hit you, and then I got sick there for a while, feeling better finally, all the way better finally. Yeah, Jake and Nathan, they're ready already. I'm sure they'll be putting some in. I'm sure there'll be some more pop up here and there. Like I said, the one I see coming up next is the 13th there in Temple, Texas. Noise for Toys. MECA Head of the Year. Yep, Charles Simone. That's another thing I got to work on. I forgot about that stuff when I was sick. I got to work on the club awards list and all that stuff. I better write me a note now that I'm feeling better. What's going on, Mr. Chris? Yeah, we talked to Jake a little bit right after that. He said it was a good show. I know they had a couple of good shows down south there. I think a couple of 40 entries or close to 40 entry shows. So looks like kicking off, starting out pretty good. Like I said, I'm pretty excited for the year. I felt like finals was great. The team's starting to click together, the judges. Hopefully we can get through these rule books a little quicker than we have the last couple years. And I don't know. I feel like things are actually finally starting to snowball into into a good direction. Um, you know, Life's starting to settle out a little bit for me here. Still get my my days, but starting to get back on track. I feel like so. Hopefully this year is going to be up and up and up. What's going on, Miss Alt? Mr. Mosley said it's cold. I think Jake Mosley should call me. Not right now. Well, did you guys have any other suggestions? Anything else you wanted to pick my mind on? Rules, the club in general, whatever, life. I don't know. Charles Simone said, "Get your jacket out, get your snow buddy heater, and let's go." He says, "Bring it." Yeah, he's in trouble. No, it's good. It's not. No, nobody's in trouble. I might be in trouble. We need a snow show. The snow show, and the awards will be snowshoes. Yes, we'll call it Eskimo Joe's Snow Show. What's going on, Mr. Jeffrey? The Snow Show by Eskimo Joe. Oh. And we'll have Santa Claus there, Chad, Santa Claus, and Eskimo Joe. And then I'll wear my Yukon Cornelius hat, and we'll have Yukon Cornelius, Eskimo Joe, and Santa Claus. The Snow Show. Yep, it's a thing. Now we're coming up with all the good ideas, Tyler. Maybe we should give them snowmen's, little snowmen's made out of snowballs. The head judge has been the same every year that I know of, so basically Chad and Selena, except for the very first year. So I don't think that's a bad idea because that's what we already do. Sometimes. Buddy the Elf's going to be there. snowshoes and bobsleds. That's for sure. All right, well, I guess if nobody else has anything good for me to talk about, I won't keep everybody so long this evening. But like I said, we'll be back on next week. I'm gonna probably try to see if I can't get me a guest next week. I don't really think any large changes are going to come across in any classes, to be honest. So, I know there's going to be some changes, but I don't necessarily think any of them are large. Toys for Tot show. Yeah, like I said, I'm sure there'll be a few of those. But as they get submitted, we'll post them and I'll let you guys know every week, what's going on, if we got anything going on. Base for a clause with the calls at Eskimo Joe's Snow Show. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody coming on. I'm looking forward to a big 2026. The season's already started for points. New website should be ready to launch sometime this year. Probably going to be seeing some new classes and things following the new site. I don't know. We got a lot of stuff, we're working here in the background. So, hopefully we'll be making some announcements and things like that. But they're not supposed to be in the lane anyways, at least within the tables. That's already what the judges are supposed to be doing. They shouldn't be around anywhere within the tables at all. So that's already what should be being done. And if I didn't really watch this year, so that may not be what was happening, but next year I'll make sure I talk about that in my beforehand meeting. But yeah, we can change that a little bit. All right. So Noise for Toys, December 13th, Temple, Texas. Get out there, check that one out. Appreciate everybody watching me this evening. Make sure you like it up, share it up, follow the pages, subscribe on YouTube, like me, whatever, all that good stuff. And if you don't, I'm still going to come on here and talk crap every week anyway. So how you doing? And I think that's pretty much everything I had to go over this evening. I am not seeing any other really good questions coming in, so I think I'll go ahead and cut it out for this evening, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys again next Tuesday, and the season will start heating up here again soon. Be on the lookout, my Florida folks. I'm trying to put together a 4X and a training here, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months. I don't know, several other things going on, but as things getting hammered down, I'll be on here talking about them and trying to keep you guys up to date a little bit more. So let's get it and let's get loud this year. Everybody, good luck rebuilding. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and I'm looking forward to, hopefully everybody has a good Christmas and New Year here, and then we'll really get to grinding. So, I hope everybody has a good rest of the week here, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. And until next time, keep it loud and clear, MECA heads.